Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. And yes, my Pixel 3a and my 5a, both of these are my daily driver devices alongside the Moto G stylus. Um, and so, yeah, I think I've done a comparison, but really I'm just going to kind of go more in depth of my decisions to jump ship and just specifically remain on Google Fi going forward as my provider. I've tried Visible. I have Metro by T-Mobile currently right now. I have Boost Mobile currently right now. Um, I've had Cricket before, but I let them go. And yeah, just to kind of just narrow everything down, the logical option for me was Google Fi. And I see a lot of videos where people talk about Google Fi, and when they have some things to say, it usually pertains to the phone that they're using, like iPhones, for instance. iPhones are not going to have a lot of the benefits that Pixel phones are going to have on Google Fi. And it would make sense that way, because if Apple was to do something very similar to what Google did with Fi, then I'm sure there's going to be a lot of benefits that iPhones are going to have on Apple's plan that other phones like Android phones are not going to be able to take advantage of. It's marketing, all right? And as much as we can complain and get angry and throw a fuss about it, you know what? If you were running the business and making money, you would call the same decisions too. I'm just saying. All right, let's be real. But all right, let's kind of take it back. So I've had Metro. Well, I still have Metro. The line's not disconnected yet. I'm going to disconnect it at the end of my bill cycle. And I gotta say, there's nothing wrong with Metro, okay? So if anyone's like, oh, he must have found something wrong with it, there's nothing wrong with Metro. In my area, T-Mobile does great, and so the Metro service was awesome. I have no complaints about it. I didn't get drop calls. I didn't get data slowdowns. None of that stuff. So that's not the reason why I'm leaving Metro. Metro does have a few things that makes it more beneficial than Google Fi. One is that taxes and fees are included with your plan, your price plan. So if you're on a $50 plan, you're paying 50. If you're on the $60 plan, you're paying 60. They have pretty decent deal on family plans too as well. So I can't knock them for that. And then of course they have deprioritization, which is not a soft cap. Just basically in times of like extreme congestions, you'll experience slowdown, which like I said, I haven't experienced slowdown. So obviously in my area, we don't get very congested. I'm not sure why, because we are the sixth largest city in the country. But hey, it is what it is. Or the fifth. I think we moved up on that list. So yeah, it would make more sense to stay with Google Fi if you're being budget conscious. And I'm not actually being budget conscious right now. So funds is not really a big issue for me. And the benefits on Google Fi, while they may seem a bit silly to other people, they are my reasons, benefits for me. And one of the major things here is that I have a bunch of different Google Pixel phones that I just enjoy using, okay? I am a Pixel fan. I'm not blowing smoke up anyone's rear end. I like using all of them. I'll go as far back as the Pixel 2 or the Pixel 2 XL, whichever one I feel like using. And they have eSIM support in them. And that's one of the things that Google Fi has. Now, I know Metro recently launched eSIM support, and I think Cricket and Boost Mobile is doing it too. But the way that they set up eSIM is so painful to have to do it that way. I don't know what it is with Google Fi, but it's as simple as downloading the app, logging into your Google account, and then it'll give you a prompt if you want to activate the phone and you want to use eSIM, and then it'll tell you to make sure you have a Wi-Fi connection because it's about to download your eSIM. You download your eSIM, you hit yes to move your number over to that phone, boom, it's done. I can literally make a video switching between 3 phones in probably under 7 minutes. I don't want to, I would say under 5 minutes, but I don't know. Maybe it might take 7 minutes. Who knows? But in under 7 minutes, which you really can't do. Like with Visible, it has eSIM support, but you have to chat with them to move it from device to device. And the same thing is with Metro. You would have to call into Metro and switch to another device and have them go through the whole setup process of eSIM. And that's just so painful. So at least, with all these phones and me getting my money's worth out of them by using them when I feel like using them, I can easily just say, okay, today I'm using the Pixel 5a on Google Fi. Tomorrow I may want to use the 3a. So all I got to do is open the Google Fi app in here, sign into my Google account, hit activate. eSIM's already downloaded on it, so it doesn't have to re-download the profile. And boom, it's activated. And I just walk and leave and do what I want to do for the entire day. I don't have to worry about photos and stuff like that because it backs up to Google Photos. So whatever I take on this phone, I'm going to be able to retrieve it on this phone. You got Google Drive. So files, again, like I said, everything syncs up, data backs up. So what I have on one phone, I'll have on any of these phones here. So I'm not worried about what's on the hardware itself. So yeah, that's one of the big benefits. Another one is that I'm able to call internationally to family. I do have family outside of the United States. And so being able to call them, because they are part of the 50 plus countries you can call for free, is a big benefit to me as well. And the fact is, being able to travel overseas and just have my phone work, that is a plus. Now, yes, someone will be, but you're not traveling right now. Hey, there's people who got Metro by T-Mobile on the $60 plan to have Amazon Prime that order nothing from Amazon. So I don't want to hear it. Just being honest. I'm just being straight shooter with everybody. And at the end of the day, Google Fi does have, some promotions, like you can share your code and get a $20 credit with people that activate it. And I think you can only do up to like 10 or 12, but hey, that's $20 off, right? So if you get people to sign up and you consistently build that credit up, you have enough to basically go through a year. And if you're on a $65 plan, well, then you'll make your plan $45 for a year. It's not bad at all. You also have other things like Google VPN, which I find to be interesting and helpful. You also have spam blocking on your phone calls. That's natively through the Google Fi app to make sure your number does not get spam calls, and it effectively works. I've gotten 17 calls on my Pixel 5a that I didn't even know I had because it intercepted the call, knowing that it was reported as a spam number and blocked on other people's Google accounts. It automatically blocked it on mine from ever ringing my phone. So that's great. So while I don't miss anything here, because Fi runs on T-Mobile's network, so does Metro, so I'm going to get the same speeds where I'm at. I've done speed tests to kind of test that out, and it's fine. I'm averaging 450 by 60, okay? And that's on both Metro and on Google Fi. No problems there. I get the Google One cloud subscription on either one, so I'm not losing anything going from one to the other. And yeah, I may not have the Amazon Prime, but again, like I said, the rest of my family is going to stay on Metro because they use a lot of data. And so it doesn't make sense for them to jump over to Google Fi. So I still have access to Amazon Prime. But at the end of the day, it really boils down to this. If you're on the fence between what you want to do, it really just comes down to this. Are you looking for the cheaper plan? Because if you are, you're going to get it with Metro versus Google Fi. 2, are you an international traveler? Do you travel outside the country a lot? Because if you do, Fi is going to be your best friend. And the cool thing about Fi and Metro is that you can downgrade your plan if you want to. On Fi, you can switch to the Simply Unlimited, which is $50 a month. You don't get the international usage, but you still get the unlimited data. But their data cap is at 35 gigs instead of 50, which is on the Unlimited Plus. Or if you really want to save $1, you can go with the Fi Flex, which is $20 for unlimited talk and text, and then $10 per gig for the data that you use. And if it's a single line, there's bill protection at 6 gigs. So when you hit 6 gigs, you're not going to pay more than $80 unless you go past 15 gigs of high-speed data. And then it will slow you down to 128 kilobits per second, in which then you have the option to pay $10 per gig for additional high-speed data. But you can control your bill. You can have a bill as low as $30. If you're always consistently on Wi-Fi, yeah, it's possible. It's possible to be done. But anyways, that is my reasoning for going on to Google Fi in a nutshell. And yeah, that's it. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comment section of the video. Also, on the second channel, I'm doing a throwback review to the Pixel 3a. That's why I took it out, put a SIM card in it. I'm going to be using it again and giving you guys my full thoughts. So if you're not subscribed to that channel, I'll put the link to that channel in the description. You guys can subscribe to it. It's called It's Mr. Pixel. And yeah, all Google Pixel coverage on that channel. So anyways, guys, that's your Sunday video. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. I'll respond. Until then, thanks for checking out this video. And as always, aloha.